Jen,
Yeah.
why have you got a Santa hat on?
Because it's a party
Oh, right.
and
Jen, what month is it?
it's May.
Right, and how many months is it till Christmas?
Why didn't I have another hat?
Okay.
He really has a hat.
Right, well, on that note, let's get straight into the video. Hi guys, and welcome back to the fourth part of the 5-part series. Yeah. Last video was actually the third part, not the fourth part, my bad. So anyways, fourth part of the 5-part series is going to be all about sleep. I know some of you might be quite shocked, but trust me, it's quite a big deal. Sleep is just as important as drinking and eating. It affects, all aspects of your day-to-day life, your relationships, your work life, the way you think, go about your day-to-day tasks. So basically, if you get a really good night's sleep, your brain is going to be working at like its most optimal level. So it's really important that you have some sort of structure and get those 6 to 8 hours in, depending on who you are. The problem that you have if you don't get enough sleep is that you can start to get depressed, start getting some anxiety, and even be really stressed out. And these are some of the big things we really don't want to get. And the worst part of it is you might start to get insomnia, which could actually worsen all these factors. Also, guys, I think we really need to discuss this because I definitely think there's some sort of misconception with being successful, not sleeping, working all hours under the sun. You see all these motivational YouTube videos, Don't get me wrong, right? These guys, they are working hard. They are working the hours that people are not willing to put in. Yeah, they are 100 million% right, but they're still getting their sleep. Essentially, they're using their hours more efficiently. Now, so instead of watching TV, they're working. If they don't need to be reading, or if they need to be studying, they'll be studying. If they're researching, they'll be researching. If they're working out, they need to be working out. Some of these famous people could be, famous actors, certain businessmen, motivational speakers, athletes. They could be any one of them. I mean, if you just look at people like The Rock, for example, he is like a workhorse. I know this guy does not stop. You can follow me on Instagram or YouTube. This guy's crazy. I don't know where he gets this discipline from, but he must go to bed at like 8 o'clock at night to be able to get up at like 5 in the morning, hit his gym for like 2 hours, then he goes on to filming for like 6 or 7 hours, and then he's flying here and there to and from. It's actually mad. But what these guys, all of them, the athletes, the actors, businessmen, even normal jobs, business owners, anybody like this, they all understand the importance of sleep. And if you're not getting those necessary hours, ultimately it's really going to create some long-term issues for you. In the short term, you might just feel a bit lethargic and tired, but long term, this is where it's going to be really detrimental. So guys, I've got a couple of improvements. Number one, diet. So I know I spoke about this in my previous video, but this all applies to this video as well. So you should really bear in mind that a really nutritious diet, keeping hydrated, is so important for your sleep. They say that before you go to bed, you need to make sure that you've eaten. So you're not starving, you're not laid on your back like that, like, oh my God, I'm so hungry. Just make sure you've eaten something, even if it's small. Oats and porridge, stuff like that, that's pretty good because it's slow release. And it's not gonna be like, if you have like a cupcake or some ice cream, all that sugar rush is gonna obviously keep you awake. So something that will just fill you up, just enough to tide you over until the morning. People might already know this, but drink less alcohol, less caffeine, and smoke less nicotine. Now, the caffeine, why do people drink coffee? To give them energy. So try and, obviously, if you do want to drink it before you go to the gym, say if you go to the gym at 6 o'clock at night, just try and drink it half an hour before, but then have literally no more caffeine at all. Because if you're aiming to go to bed for like 9, 10 o'clock, you're just going to be coming out those stages from the effects of the caffeine. Drinking alcohol will actually enhance your sleep to begin with, but once you're actually in your REM sleep and you're sleeping, this is when the negative parts come out. It will actually really interfere with your sleep, and you might even wake up, which is obviously you're starting from ground zero again. The best thing to do would obviously be to eliminate alcohol, but we all love a beer, including myself, so just try and limit it. If you really want a good night's sleep, maybe like Monday to Friday on a school night before work, just try and reduce it, you know? Don't have too much. Save it for the weekend. Also guys, exercise and diet, exercising. So basically when you exercise, your body's gonna produce all this serotonin, all this adrenaline, and that's gonna keep you up, because what's adrenaline used for? It's to give you more energy. And this is something we don't actually want when we want to go to bed. So essentially, try not to do any kind of like really intense physical workouts before you, a couple of hours before you're going, you know, planning on going to sleep. Number 2, TV, phones, screens. Literally, these things are the devil's advocate for sleep, literally. Basically, when you look at your phone at night, when you're sat in bed, you're scrolling through, trust me, I do it, it's a pain in the ass, and you wonder why you can't get to sleep and why you're not tired. It's because the artificial light on your phone is literally activating neurotransmitters in your brain. And because of this, your brain is activating on this artificial light because it thinks it's daytime when in actual fact it's nighttime, and it's obviously causing a lot of issues. So my advice here is basically spend less time when you're in bed on your phone watching TV. I know it's very hard, but just try your best and you will actually notice a very big difference very quickly. Number 3, create a kind of schedule, I guess. Like some sort of schedule that you can follow. So if you know you've got to be up at 6, an hour before you need to leave the house for work, maybe try going to bed about, 10 o'clock, but start winding down about 9, giving yourself an hour to, get into bed, maybe have a decaffeinated tea, brush your teeth, do whatever you do, even maybe read a book, but just winding down. A schedule, I think, is really important, and it makes, if you've got something in place that you can follow, I think it makes it easier for people to stick to. Maybe give it a go, let me know. And number 4, now, I actually tried this and it did help me, but I feel from my personal experience that some people might struggle with this because if you're dealing with, i.e. work pressures, stress and stuff, you may have a lot of voices going through your head, you're worrying about what you've got to do the next day because there's a lot of pressure with work. But maybe try meditation. There's loads of really great apps out there. I've used the one called Headspace, which is very good. You can download it, it's free. They obviously have a premium part to it as well. We can get a few little extras, but it's pretty good. Basically, you listen to it. I think the videos are about 8 minutes long, and basically you listen to it in your bed, you close your eyes, you listen to it, and basically the guy talks to you, and it's just all about controlling your breathing. So it's like in and out, but it does actually work. It's weird. I don't know if any of you guys watching have done yoga before, but it's very similar to that. Obviously, with yoga, there's a lot of breathing involved. So yeah, give it a go, and it might actually work for you. When I was having some really big mental health issues, I could not sleep at all. I was waking up every hour on the hour. I was literally tossing and turning. I couldn't get to sleep. Couldn't turn the thoughts off in my head, and it was driving me absolutely insane. I don't know if anyone else can relate to this, but it was driving me mad. And I'd wake up and I'd have bags under my eyes. I felt really tight, exhausted, and it was just so hard. I remember I'd get home from like work at 4, and I'd be on that sofa just there, and I'd literally be like nodding off like that, like just nodding off. It's crazy, but it was driving me mad. It was so hard. And then when I started making these like noticeable changes, the diet, the drinking more water, I think has helped as well. But just these things that I'm going to list in the this video, it really helped me. And actually, I found that once I was getting more sleep, a lot of my mental health issues started to reduce because I was getting the necessary sleep that I needed for my brain to be working at its optimum capacity. So guys, that's it for the 4th part of the 5-part series, not the 3rd. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Again, the 5th video will be out next week. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, that'd be great. Have a great day, guys, and a great weekend. Take care. Cheers.